So the fact is that people are going to talk about you regardless of who you are, regardless of what you do. But you want to make sure that what they have to say is what you're choosing to show them, is what you're choosing to give them, and is what you're comfortable with when they do say. When you hear the word build a brand, I'm sure the first thing that comes to your mind is the brand logo, the brand name, the brand color, the tagline, the slogan. This is something that has made a lot of people very inefficient when it comes to building their brand. In this class, we're going to touch on the key essential factors, the key foundation into building an amazing brand for yourself. Having observed a lot of people that have been able to establish an amazing personal brand for themselves, I can say that building a personal brand falls into understanding three main concepts. There are three main things you need to know that needs to be taken care of in order for you to be able to build an amazing personal brand for yourself. And I call it the ESI. ESI. And the first, your essence. And this concept takes care of who you are. Who are you? When you walk into a room, what should people get from your presence? What aura do you want to give to people? When people look at your picture, when they hear you speak, when they're just around you, how should they feel? Who are you? And before watching this video, before completing this video, if you're really ready to build a personal brand, I hope you've watched my video on forming new habits. And if you haven't, I'm just going to leave the link in the description below. And this is because in building your personal brand, you have to be willing to become. A lot of people, when they are struggling with a particular habit that is not helping them, instead of being open to change, instead of being open to drop that habit and accept a new one, they rather say, oh, this is who I am, this is me, in my family we are all hot-tempered, or this or that, just making excuses here and there. So you have to be ready to build yourself. You have to be ready to become yourself before you can even build a strong personal brand. You have to be ready to uncover who you can be. And this is why it's very essential that you're willing to let go of those habits, of those characters, of those traits that are not serving you. You have to be ready to let them go and be ready to accept new ones, right? You have to be ready to amplify good habits that are already within you while you diminish, nullify the ones that are harming your personal brand. So in building a personal brand, I want you to answer that question. Who are you? And if you don't know who you are right now, then ask yourself the question, who do you want to be? When people are gossiping about you, what do you want to hear that you'll be comfortable with? If they say, oh, Evie is a gossiper, and that makes me cringe, then it shows that that's not something I would want to be addressed as. So in building your personal brand, in deciding who you want to be, you have to be comfortable with that person to the point where even if people are going to talk about you, when you hear what they have to say, it's something that instead of you having to cringe, instead of you having to cry, you should say that, oh, finally, these people are seeing me for who I want to be. You decide who you want to be, and then you walk towards becoming that person. So the first thing you want to do is to know your essence. You have to build, you have to design your essence. Now let's talk about the second thing to take note of in building your personal brand, and that is your service. Now your service talks about what you offer. So what do you want to offer as a person? Now you have who you are. I'm a very productive person. I keep to time. I manage time properly. I'm well organized. I'm this, I'm that. Now, what do you offer people? So who you are, your essence is your base, and then what you offer builds upon that base. Because a lot of people could be offering the same thing you're offering, but your essence, who you are, is what makes it unique to you. Your essence is the foundation, and then the service lays upon that foundation. Or to put it in another way, you can also say Your service is what you offer, and your essence is how you offer that service. Now, let's use a small company, for example. There was this lady when I was in school. She does hair very well, she does wig very well. And a lot of people in school, a lot of people on campus did make really nice hair, they made really nice wigs. But one of the reasons why I loved going to this woman's space, I loved going to a salon, was because she was more of a very quiet person. That was her essence. She was a really calm person. And not just that, she was also very positive speaking. You would get to hear her saying so nice things about people, nice things about her customers, and that was what I really loved about going to a salon. There was no unnecessary banter, there was no gossip, there was no talking smash about people. She was very uplifting as a person, and that was her essence. But what she did as service was hair making, hairstyling. So your essence helps shapes your service to personalize it to you, to personalize your experience. And in building a personal brand, you don't just want to fall on your essence randomly. You want to be deliberate about it. So what experience do you really want to give people? What experience do you want to emanate? What aura do you want people to have when they come close to you? So that's what you should consider when you're considering your essence. And that essence is going to spread into your service. When you're delivering your service, people are going to get that from you. So that's why it's very essential that you're deliberate about it. And whether or not you deliberately build your personal brand, you're going to be releasing an essence. You're going to be releasing who you are. Or in that situation, you would have no control about what you're releasing. You're just releasing things that you probably got from people, that you got from the environment you interpreted, and they just formed who you are. So the idea of building a personal brand is not necessarily building yourself from scratch. Neither is it about becoming fake or something. It's basically you deliberately deciding to take control of your life and to take control of who you are. Because your essence, who you are, is basically a composite of your environment, of the things you've experienced and how you interpreted all of those experiences. So possibly you grew up in a place where everybody was a hot-tempered, and then you two ended up being hot-tempered. Now, this is you now deciding that despite the fact that I grew up in a place where everyone is hot-tempered, and being hot-tempered is something very normal, I am now choosing to take control of my life, take control of my thoughts and action, and I'm deciding that is not a trait I want within me. I want something different. So you building a personal brand is basically you deciding to take control of your life and to deliberately construct your life. And when you take that essence, you bring it into your service. Now, are you a project manager? Are you a customer relationship officer? Are you a software engineer? Are you a musician? Are you an actor? Are you a doctor, a health coach? Whatever it is you are, you can then bring your essence into your service. That's what would differentiate you from your peers. That's what would differentiate you from your colleague. And that is what would help you to stand out among the competition, or better put, it would help you stand out among people who are doing similar services as yours. Finally, we want to go into the last one, which is the I, and that is your impact. Your impact. So first of all, you build your essence, who you are. Secondly, your service, what you do. And then lastly, your impact. And your impact basically constitutes your space, the people you want to serve, the people you want to impact with your service, the people you want to reach with your service. So that constitutes your impact. And deciding your impact will also help you understand that, okay, these are the kind of people I want to serve. So let's say I'm a project manager. What kind of projects do you want to manage? Do you want to manage more of tech projects? Do you want to manage more of business projects? So what are the kind of projects you want to manage? What are the kind of people you want in your space? What are the kind of people you want to reach? So when you decide those people, when you decide the people you want to impact, the people you want to reach, you can then understand those people. understand what they want, and then it would help you to better decide, to better know how to adjust your essence. So let's say, for example, you didn't have proper education. So now you want to serve a specific type of people. You want to be able to reach and impact a specific type of people. So when you understand that, okay, I don't have a full education, but then the people I want to serve, they are people that are more well educated, they are more well versed with knowledge, they are more well put together. So you can then say, okay, these are the traits of those people that are well educated. They are usually reserved, they are usually very logical, pragmatic, they appreciate time management. Now, when you're able to observe them and list those characters, those attributes, those traits that they emanate and that they relate with, you can then start developing those traits. You can then know, okay, so these are the things I need to learn. And then when you know that these are the things I need to learn, you can then start to develop it. So this is why it's good to know who you want to impact, who you want to connect with, who you want to reach. Because even if you don't know who you want to be, when you know that, okay, this is the kind of circle I want to move in, and then you study and observe the characters, the attributes of that circle of people that are in that circle, you can then know how you should tailor yourself, how you should build yourself, the skills you should learn, right? Okay, do I need to improve on my speaking? Do I need to improve on my communication? Do I need to improve my dressing? Do I need to improve my language? Do I need to improve my this, that, whatever it is you need to improve? You can then begin to highlight them, and then you can then know, okay, these are the skills to learn. So this is why it is good to know who do you want to impact, or who do you want to relate with. So once you understand these three, your essence, your service, and your impact, it becomes easier for you to understand the brand that you want to build and how to build your personal brand. Okay, I hope you understood everything I had to say about the personal brand. And even if you have just a business brand, you having a business brand doesn't mean you shouldn't build a personal brand. You can have a business brand and still build your personal brand. That being said, I want you to do this simple assignment for yourself and for me too. So the first thing I need you to do is to ask yourself the question: who are the people you want to reach? Who are the people you want to impact? And what kind of circle do you want to belong to? And please take note that you belonging to a circle does not necessarily mean you trying to connect with the people, connect with the type of people and force yourself into their midst. You can also build this circle for yourself. You know, when you're doing a Canva design, you're not necessarily going to use exactly what is in that template, but that template will just give you a guide to follow. So that is what this is meant to do for you too. It's meant to give you a guide. So look at who are the kind of people I want to be like, who are the kind of people I want to associate with. So I want you to write that down. And then the next thing is, what is the service you want to offer that you will be so comfortable offering? This is also referring to your career path. What career path do you want to take? I need you to write that down, please. And finally, who do you want to be? And when you're answering this question, I don't want you to answer it based on your current state. I need you to look beyond your current state. And what I mean by that is no taking into consideration your current pedigree, no taking into consideration your financial account, no taking into consideration your age, your gender, whatever you feel could be limiting you. Let go of those things and just focus. Who do you want to be? When you're able to answer all of those questions, just leave it in the comment section, of course, because I'm very much interested to know. So please leave it in the comment section. Those answers would also help me to know how to better impact you, how to better deliver materials that you would need to build yourself up, to build that kind of person up. So please do well to leave it in the comment section. So it's for you to meditate on, to know the necessary steps you need to start taking to get there, and it's for me to know how better to serve you. So that's it for building a personal brand, and as always, I love you and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye bye.